Well, I am here at Firestone in Sugarland, Texas, and they're bringing my truck in. As yesterday, I was here visiting family and was just leaving, literally just leaving. I was probably within 5, 6 miles of my house, and the front Nexen tire just decides to rupture, as you see in the thumbnail. And now they're bringing the truck in. I'll walk around. He'll pull the tire out, and I'll get to see it. But they had two of the Firestone Transforce HT2s, which are what I used on my Dodge Ram trucks for the last 6 years that were flawless. And those tires work great. So if y'all can hear me, let me know. If I need to talk up for a little bit, let me know that as well. But I know I've been gone, haven't, done much, video in a while. Xander went home on Wednesday of last week, and that's when I left South Carolina to head to Houston. So I've been here spending time with family and some friends here, and having some badass Cajun food. Well, hey Gracie, hey Artie. Yeah, they're pulling the truck in now. I thought they were going to do it on this side of the building, but clearly they're going to do it on the other side of the building. But yeah, just kind of chilling out here. It's nice and cool. Yeah, thanks for thinking of you. Look, I've missed you guys, but I've needed to spend time with my son, and Xander and I went all over the United States. We're hoping that he comes and lives with us full time. That's the plan. That's what we're working towards. It's good to see you back. Thank you for getting, subscribing and getting a notification. But there's going to be some serious changes. Xander's going to most likely be living with me and going to school so that he can qualify for the Hope Scholarship. That'll give him, a damn good boost on his future. But let's walk over to the other side of the building, and I know he's gonna pull that tire out, and it's jacked up. Y'all gotta see this thing. I'm gonna do this while I walk. So I don't even know how many years ago. Who likes a badass Marauder? I got here this morning, and this Marauder was parked here. I'll walk around their shop instead of going through it and act like I own this place. When this building was built, probably 25 years ago, I was the store manager here. Yeah, Marauders are really a badass vehicle. Try to drum up the energy to pull it out, right? Yeah, please don't scratch it. This truck's only 3 months old. Yeah. Nobody's gonna give you help with that, huh? Yeah, there's a whole bunch of shit in the way. Let's do this. They're gonna ignore you. Hold on. Let me put this down and I'll help you with that. That tire weighs more than you do. All right. Just so I can show. So, a lot of people on the Ram board, Ram Trucks group, you can see it's a complete sidewall separation. And these are the Nexen tires. And literally, just as I was pulling a 16,000 pound boat, that's what happened. These are 3-month-old tires. And that's the Nexen Rodian AT Pro. Look at that brake dust in there. All right. So here, I'll drop it down. There you go.
Get yourself?
Nah, I'm good. I told you that tire weighs more than you do. Look at all the shit coming out of that. That's crazy. So yeah, I had to put the spare on it. Right there. That was a bitch. But for the first time ever, and I mean ever, I got so much shit in here. Oop. Something's hitting. It wasn't. It wasn't a loud pop at all. That's the whole thing. I was like, what the hell was that? It was literally a psst. That's it. And the whole thing just came apart. So to drop the, you've got to hit this and reach up in there and hit that little square. I don't know if y'all can see that. Can you see that? Right there in the middle? I'm gonna tell you how hard it is to hit that. They need to put some hair around this or something, you know? It was insane. But anyway, I got it. I like the tag, one for the motherfucking win. Anyway. So I guess what we're gonna do is get some new tires. And he disappeared. There's my blown tire right there. There we go. I might drop this bag off in my truck. So I went back with my original topper because I like the style of it better than the new one that I got. Oops. I don't know if y'all saw my truck before. It had a little higher topper and the windows that pop out, but this is the ARE and it's got the curved rear glass, and I'm gonna get it painted to match the truck, and I think that's gonna look badass. What do you guys think? Give me a thumbs up if you think that that's gonna look cool once it's painted to match. But I wanted to hide the tank that I have in there, because without it, you know, I just think that's gonna be a much cleaner design. So yeah. When I did my first oil change, the dealer scratched that. When I did my first oil change, the dealer scratched that. Yeah.
Pretty good on the pole like that.
I know, right? Thanks for not putting that the butter side down. I appreciate it. So here we are. I'm supposed to be in California by Tuesday. We'll see if we can meet that schedule. Usually it only takes me 3 days. I think these are the ones that I'm getting. Yeah, that's them. That's what we're going on with. Awesome. Alrighty. So what's been going on with everybody? It's been a good 3 weeks since I've done a live. I'd love to hear any feedback you guys have got. Anything new going on in the world that anybody wants to talk about? Eat, sleep, and work, right? Chick. Look, I got a nice little chair right here. Check this out. I sit here and enjoy this beautiful weather. Dogecoin. Yeah. Crypto's been on a roller coaster lately. All work and no play makes Chris a dull boy. Really? Yep. What excellent money you've been making. Yeah, I'm heading to California on a transport that was just an accident. Had a customer of mine reach out to me. Y'all remember that Chris Craft boat that I hauled, the 1954 Classic? Well, the guy who had that boat put me on a website with a lot of other Chris Craft owners and whatnot. So a dealer in California called me literally while I was on my way to Connecticut to drop off a boat a week ago with Xander. That was our last haul together. So what we ended up doing is I called the guy and I set up to pick up his boat to go to California. And I said, look, I really don't want to go to California, but if you want to pay for it, we'll do it. So I dinged him at $9,000 to do it, and he was like, sure, whatever. Fuck. Now I got to go to California. But it turned out to be a blessing because there's a lot of other things that works. I did sell the Chaparral with the twin Holley EFIs sold at my asking price. No haggling, no questions, done. And then we took it out July 4th and I fell out of the boat, slipping on the boat dock. I put my foot on the boat dock, one foot went straight, the other one went crashing, the leg crashing right into the dock. So the klutz is back, I'm here, right, live. And it was a brutal hit too. It's really, really, it hurt the hell out of my leg. And we'll see how long that lasts. I've been bruising like crazy for it. But what else is going on? Anything else? New Hampshire, baby. Dogecoin. I'm scrolling back up. Your cable broke and your spare came bouncing off past you. Almost hit a chicken on a Harley. She was pissed. Oh, a chick. No. It's pretty here. Everybody wants to see gore, right? Okay, so this whole area is swollen, but now I have, blood issues from the impact all the way down my leg. Isn't that lovely? So that's what happens when you get old. I'm 53 years old. Yeah, it hurt like a mofo. It still hurts. Sleeping's a bitch sometimes when you roll over and you're like, ugh, what the fuck? Yeah, crazy. Walk softly, that's true. Carry a big stick. Yeah, that's definitely the truth, right? I see Blind Views has got new videos up. Excellent subject. Man, if I would just comment, it'd be a shitstorm. I think you guys know the truth. I'm selling the ambulance. I just want to put it out there. If anybody knows anybody who wants it, it's for sale. $5,000 with the stereo system in it. Right, exactly. I'm selling the ambulance. So just put it out there. Yeah, I'm gonna sell it with, we're talking 7.3 liter Power Stroke diesel. I might put it on Facebook Marketplace just to let it go. Yeah, you're right too, because I have no desire to even, the more you argue with a fool, Everybody knows how that ends up. That's a badass Dodge. Somebody just rolled up here in a badass looking Dodge. That's sweet. I usually don't like the wheels sticking out, but those are a slick set of wheels. And the light bar done right. Pretty sick. But you know, if you got a truck like that, you put mirrors on it that aren't the little tiny mirrors. Ooh, that was way too damn close. So how many people have ever had to go through a custody case? Let's bring that up. That's something I can talk about. It looks like all the BS that Xander's mom fed me is just that. A whole bunch of it. You know, a whole bunch about his stepdad. So I've spoken with my attorney. Yeah, keep it clean as long as everyone agrees. The problem is there's mitigating circumstances. So Xander, while he worked with me, the last week we were together, we're at the shop. Why now do I want custody? Okay, well, Xander's lived in a bubble being coddled by his mother his whole life, so he has very little social skills. Over the last 3.5 weeks that we were together, he started doing much better with that, and turning into a gentleman instead of just a 12-year-old mindset, you know, youngster mindset. And I started seeing the changes in him and his professional ability to carry himself as a professional, as a grown-up child, and not just someone who's constantly being beat down on. And these are his own words. Xander broke down to me and was just, and I'm gonna share this because these are his words. He feels like he's a coward. And I told him, I said, you're not a coward. You're my son. So, and Steve, I would love to think that, but you know, here's what's going on. There's some stuff in her family. When I guess her grandfather had passed away, he willed a lot of money and a lot of different things and property to different people in the family. And apparently she's taking some of the things and the funds and the money that weren't rightfully hers. And Xander made $600 his last week while in my stay. You know, I paid him $400 to buff and polish the boat. Y'all may, if y'all subscribe to his channel, I'll put a link in the video. If you subscribe to his channel, you saw how he did a time lapse. His videos are getting a lot better. We got Final Cut Pro and After Effects from Adobe, and I put him on a computer that he was able to use while he stayed with me. So his progression of what he's been doing in his videos has gotten much better. Again, this correlates also with his maturity level and how he sees himself. So that's what we've been really working on. But he called me up, and it seems like I got hoodwinked by his mom. There's you know, when she reached out to me, she gave me this bullshit lie about I need you to help me with my divorce because Xander's stepdad is doing this and that, and no, Steve, I've already asked those questions. I already offered those suggestions, but let me get to what's going on. So Xander got home, and she was aware that he had $600 cash in his possession. So she's immediately, let's go open a bank account for you. Now, as a 16-year-old, he's a minor, so he doesn't have control of his bank account. He doesn't have control of his money. He doesn't have access to his money. So she wants to be the guardian and the parent of that, which Xander immediately says she's going to steal his money because that's what she did to his stepdad, and that's what she's done to other family members, according to Xander. And according to her soon-to-be ex-husband, which I've had conversations with him now. And I've also spoken with his stepdad's attorney. So the cool thing about this is that there's so much to offer in South Carolina for him. The Hope Scholarship is huge, huge. But here's why she's doing this. See, Xander hasn't had his own money and hasn't had a care to open up a bank. He and I went to the TD Bank in Florence, and I was trying to open an account for him, but they won't allow him to have an account that he has access to put his money in. So what I need to do is get him a net spend account where he can deposit the cash and he has full control over it, and just do it that way, and send that card to him, and in that way there's no issues whatsoever. In doing that, he has ultimate control of his funds. He has ultimate control of his money. But here's the big ticket item. Xander, once he has a bank account that they can transfer funds into, the people who are handling his account, right, you're exactly right, Steve. He stands to inherit $10,000 from his grandfather's estate. Yeah, he's a great kid, and he's so freaking smart, it's unreal. So smart. So what we're all concerned with is that her intention to get the money or get him to have an account is so that she can use the money to steal it from him. No other words than that. Steal his money, steal his inheritance, and most likely use it for her legal defense fund while she's bleeding her, husband out of all the access to the cash and everything else. She's already cashed in his IRA, spent it. She had me when she was duping me and lying to me about what was really going on. When I thought that Xander's stepdad was fighting custody to take him, yeah, definitely Melody Robert. I paid the $5,000. I paid her $5,000 legal fee, but I paid it directly to her attorney using my credit card. So I have since now disputed that charge, and they've responded. So Monday morning tomorrow morning they'll get a nice little notification that they're having a chargeback for the $5,000. Then we'll see, where she stands on not letting my son have a better lifestyle. Neither one of the parents can afford the house that they're in now. They can't. The judge has given them an order where she's supposed to leave the children in the house. Right, keep it clean, exactly. She's supposed to leave the house 7 days a week and go stay in her own place. And then his stepdad, Drew, who owns the house, has to leave 7 days a week in alternating schedules. So it's the most asinine thing that I've ever heard. It's a liberal court in, Warren, Michigan. It's the most stupidest thing I've ever heard. It really just is. But the problem is, now she's telling Xander he has to leave. Right. He has to leave and go with her. He can't stay in his house. Well, that's a direct violation of the court order. So if today at 8 o'clock Central is when Drew's supposed to take possession of the house. Yeah, exactly. The judge, but I can't wait for a hearing. That's the problem. I can't wait for 6 more months of court battles. The problem is Xander has to get signed up and enrolled in school, within the next 3 weeks. If he doesn't get enrolled as a senior in South Carolina schools, he won't qualify for the Hope Scholarship. That's my biggest fear right now, is that she's going to play games with his future. So, tomorrow morning I'm going to speak to the attorney. If she violates the deal, when my foot went through the floor. What floor? I don't understand that question. if she fails to allow Xander to stay with his stepdad tonight, then tomorrow morning we're filing a motion that she's in contempt of court. Yeah, exactly. So, you know, he's got to qualify for the Hope Scholarship. He can nail the 3.0 average requirement. He's got that down. He'll be a 4.0 plus student his whole senior year. On top of that, he'll have all the time to focus and do extracurricular activities like get on the golf team. So there's a lot of different things that, you know, he has opportunities to do, and we're going to make that happen. And whatever it takes, at whatever cost, if I have to sell my boats, I don't give a damn. It's my son, and I'm going to give him the best opportunity for his future, hands down. So, you know, it's just that simple. You know, by her violating a court order that all the kids, yeah, exactly. I mean, it's about her selfishness and her stupidity and what she's trying to do to manipulate people that, yeah, I'll have a normal life. I'll be off the road. Transports will be done and over. We'll be full-time at the shop. We'll be full-time uploading videos. So you guys sharing and subscribing is going to be huge. You know, over the 3 weeks that I stopped shooting videos, my revenue on YouTube went from almost $400 or $500 a month, a week, down to $93. You know, so the content matters, and the uploads and the times that we share together matters. The streaming, the live streams were huge for content time, and you know, it's what. Yeah, he is better off with me. I thank you for saying that, Happy Chicks. I really do. And I'm better off with him. So it's not just helping him. It's not just an advantage for him. It's an advantage on my lifestyle because, dang right, the kids come first. That's right. And everything else are just toys. I've had it, you know, I can let it go. I've lost it all, you know, multiple times, and I've gotten it all back. It's just like this damn tire. You know what? You take care of it. It fails. You start over. You get it. You start from new. And that's just what we're gonna do. We're gonna work hard together. I appreciate everybody's prayers for this. But keep Xander in your prayers. You know, it's devastating how much angst and anger he has towards his mom because he's had to live with her. And she picked him up from, yeah, we had a blast, and we'll do a lot more in the shop. Everybody go to his channel. It's the Xander Experience, spelled with an X, Xander. The Xander Experience. And if you go to his channel and subscribe, when I upload this video, I'll put a link to it in the comments or description. Xander Experience, yes, that's it. His videos are coming a long way. He's learning. He's learning not to shake the camera so much and everything else. But you know, he did a time lapse and then put music to it, and he's like, oh, I knew I was forgetting something. And I said, attention to detail. I don't care what you do in life, as long as you have an attention to detail. So he's learning, and they're getting better. And it's a lot of fun watching him learn. It really is. It's just such a blessing to be able to do this with him. So we're gonna focus on the Bronco. We're gonna focus on the boats. We're gonna focus on stuff at the shop, and we're gonna make it work. I am literally, after this trip here, I'm gonna go to the shop, kind of get my head around what's going on, and then I'm gonna go take a motorcycle ride through the mountains and clear my head for a little bit, and kind of, you know, reassess what's real, because I haven't done that in years, and that used to be one of my biggest, you know, aha moments of how I used to reset myself, is just go out there and be one with nature on two wheels, and just chill out for a little bit. So that's going to be one of my things that I'm going to do when I get back home, is focus on that. The desire to have my son and see him excel is just, it's more than anything else that I've ever had. It really is. So if any of y'all ever have known me or getting to know me, you'll find out that yeah, I gotta get my health back. That's a big thing. One of the big reasons that I came to Houston is to have a sit-down meeting with my leadership team here, AC and Dana Cantera, two amazing rock stars. They're the #1 income earners in our company, ID Life. If you go to www.idxlife.com, that's idxlife.com, you'll see what we have. It's a platform for success. It's a platform for health. I've been one of the founding partners and used to be the social media director for this company. And one of the things I've let myself go in the last 5 years or 6 years of being in a transport industry. Xander has a stepsister, or not a stepsister. He has two half sisters that he lives with, and then another half sister, Brianda, my daughter, who loves him and has always, been a part of his life, or wanted to be a part of his life. Who she lives in Atlanta. So yeah, she's got others around her and whatnot, or he has others around him that care and love him, and we're just going to share that love. And all of you who subscribe to his channel and follow his silliness and follow his growth, it'll be awesome. And I'm going to lose some freaking weight. I'm going to lose 100 pounds, and that's going to be the big journey for me this year. If you go to idxlife.com, you can join me on this journey. It's going to be amazing, and we're going to do it. Now let's go walk back over there and check out and see what they've done with the truck. See if they've gotten this knocked out. And if anybody else, wants to join me on this journey, Kelly in Florida got some of our post-workout products for his inflammation and stuff. If y'all know, he was in a roller walker and couldn't move around, and he's like, man, the difference it made is outstanding. Totally it was crazy. Ooh, let's check out how big these brakes are. That's some massive shit there. That's my thumb. That's some serious breakage. Killer. It makes the brakes on my F350 look like a go-kart wheel assembly. Hey, look at this. That's awesome. That's killer.
I'll put some spray on there for you.
No doubt. Just want to get, okay, HT2s. Awesome. I'm excited. What? Yeah, that's gonna be better. I have 4 more waiting for me back to South Carolina when I get back from my trip. I'm gonna change out all the rears.
You're looking a little low, really.
Yeah, 3 months old.
Yeah, OEM tires never really last that long.
Yeah, and a lot of people have bitched about these tires and how shitty they are.
Yeah, I think we had one come in last Sunday too, actually.
That blown tire, will you throw that in the back of the truck? I'm gonna take that back to Dodge. Yeah, see these? 3 months old. And yeah, I say 3 months old, but we've got 29,000 miles on this truck. I'm in Texas right now, Michael. Sugarland. I'm at home. Well, my old home. I still have a house here, but one for the motherfucking win. Look at that fat girl. And someone thinks that they can drive a dually and they couldn't even drive a short wheelbase truck? Whatever, bro. Feed me some. That's gonna look sick. Yeah, that's how you do it. It's crazy seeing someone who doesn't weigh 100 pounds put over 100 pounds of torque on something. That's awesome. That is awesome. I've got a clean microfiber towel in there. If we want to use that to wipe the wheels down, that'll be badass. Because I'm sure y'all don't have, soft shop rags. Yeah. I appreciate you, man. I really do. Yeah, Xander is back in Michigan. He flew back on Wednesday. That's when I left Houston to head to California. I don't know what they're going to charge me. Usually they charge you to dispose the tires. So since I'm going to take the tire with me, Joella, if you go to idxlife.com, that'll forward you to my. Ooh, that BRZ sounded badass. I've been part of a health and wellness company for 8 years now. I've lost 12 pounds since I really got focused on it in the last 4 weeks. I think it's still going to take a maybe different. I have no idea. Right now I'm doing this Slim, which is an additive that you put in drink in a water bottle and shake it up, and it kills all of my cravings for junk. It's like I can literally go past the billboard on the side of the road that says my fry meter is low. When I see that McDonald's fries sign. It keeps me from wanting food that I don't need, and eating when I'm not hungry and just thirsty. A lot of people don't understand that the correlation between okay, well, that's cute, a little blonde in a convertible Camaro. Sorry, squirrel. A lot of people don't realize that when you get hunger pangs, it doesn't actually mean that you're hungry. Your body is just dehydrated and you need the intake of water. And what happens is our brain knows that when you eat something, you're going to drink something. So what it tells you is that you're hungry when realistically you're honestly just thirsty. Because your brain can't change the correlation between food and water. It doesn't know the difference. But we have, you see, our Slim product and our Lean product allow you to burn fat without burning the muscle. And your body will burn muscle mass way before it gets into the burning of fat. So what I try and tell people and share with people, and you wouldn't believe this, but I actually have written a book. And I wrote this book for our associates, and it was based on all of the products that we had in our company. Look, I'm an engineer type guy. I don't have any training in nutrition, nor do any doctors. So when people say I need to talk to my doctor, I say you go right ahead, but be sure you ask them how much education that they had in school, and then you'll find out that they usually had less than 4 hours. Yeah, and I've been having like watermelon and things like that, and some celery, which I hate celery, but I put celery with a little bit of peanut butter because you need those natural sugars. Yeah, drinking cold water definitely helps because it increases your metabolism, makes your heart rate go up a little bit. I've been monitoring that with my Samsung watch, and I can see it when I drink cold water. I can see it go from like a resting 65, 67 to a 72. Yeah, exactly. As long as you stay hydrated, your body will do what you need to do. That's why our company has a product called Hydrate. Now, typically I use the Hydrate for if I've had alcohol and hangovers and getting that jump start in the morning. Peanut butter on our inner thighs. It's funny. That's epic. If you're having to do that to mask other things, you might want to throw that fish back. This is more than messed up. But that would give a whole new meaning to peanut butter jelly time. Peanut butter jelly time. Where are you at? Where are you at? Right? That definitely makes it funny. But if anybody's interested in joining the journey with me, idxlife.com. If you want to be an associate, if you really want to find out what your body needs, there's a free assessment that you can take. It's absolutely free. It's HIPAA compliant. It'll ask you to create a username and a password, and that's because it's HIPAA compliant. But if you take the quick assessment, it's literally going to tell you what nutritional depletion you have based on your goals, based on any medications that you're taking. Most people who see multiple doctors will get different scripts for different things, and those doctors don't communicate, and you've got no idea whatsoever if there's any toxicity between taking two different pharmaceutical meds. But every single pharmaceutical med ever, okay, has a nutritional depletion. Period. End of story. So on our assessment, it's going to ask you what conditions that you have. If you have any medical conditions, if you have any goals, or like night blindness, or inability to see at night, or inflammation, or back pain, or insomnia. And it's literally going to give you a report that you can click on the little Y button on why it's recommending that. And in that why of nutritional recommendation, and it's going to break it down to your morning and your evening, because your body absorbs different things at different times. Like if you're taking omegas, fish oils in the morning, you're just flushing that shit right through your system. If you take them in the evening time, that's the only time that your body can process those properly. So that becomes a really, really big issue with a lot of people. So I'm here to tell you, our company has that all worked out. Plus, when you click the little button that says why it's recommending that, it gives you all of the studies, third-party peer-reviewed scientific studies, to literally teach you why it's giving you these recommendations, so you can look at the case history, you can follow the truth, and you can educate yourself on why you need to try what we're doing. And I'm telling you, it's one of those things where if you don't do it, that's fine. But are you in the same place or worse than you were 5 years ago? I am. And I've been with the company for 8 years. And it's just because I don't always do what I say. And when I travel, it's crazy. I've been at Floyd's. Floyd's is a Cajun restaurant here, and it has the most badass food. And last night was, what was it? Yellowfin tuna smothered in crawfish, and oh yeah, unfrickin' real. Put avocado on it because that was good. Yeah, if you're deficient in vitamin D, supplements don't work. Most supplements don't work. The problem is most supplements, when they're giving you a vitamin D, they're giving it to you with a whole lot of garbage in it. And if you look at the bottle of any, magically produced vitamin D supplements that you would buy, Nature Made or whatever, it will say microcrystalline cellulose. That's a fancy word for sawdust. Straight up. Okay, if you can't get in the sunlight and get the true, exactly, Jenna, if you cannot get in the sunlight and get true vitamin D, like people in Seattle have a really hard time with that. We do have a vitamin D supplement that is pharmaceutical grade. All of our products are pharmaceutical grade. There's no synthetics, there's no junk. Just take a look at the history. It's free to do this. It's absolutely free, and I'm not going to call you. Nobody from corporate's going to call you. It's HIPAA compliant. So all of the information is simply the best. Yeah, ARE caps are the best. I have two of them, but I like the one that's on this truck better. So I'm gonna strip that one down and get it painted to match. Kristen, you're in Seattle. Oh, badass. Yeah, I mean, it's very difficult because not only the positioning of where you are on the earth, but sunlight there, and good direct sunlight, clean sunlight, is difficult for people who live in the northern region of the United States. You get more sunlight But the difference is you got to look up the rays that you get and the quality of the permeation to your skin. Plus, the weather's horrible. Plus, we have a skincare line. If your skin is filled with toxins because it's trying to exfil the toxins in your body to save your liver from processing stuff, you're blocking the ability for sunlight to permeate your skin and get to the cells that make the difference to create the vitamin D. That's why our company has a skincare line. So it's one of those things where, guys, we could all be really blessed, and we can make money, and we can find ways to help others. And ID Life is one of the greatest tools to do that. And I've taken it for granted for the last 6 years that I've been in my transport business, and I'm not doing that anymore. I'm full on going to go back to rock star status with the company. I'm going to the Live It Up event that's in San Antonio in October, and I'm going to kick some ass again. I'm living the fucking dream. That's it. Absolutely. So I'm going to wrap up this video because I got my truck done. Go pay the bill, and then I'm going to get back on the road today. But you guys have been badass, awesome. Hit the thumbs up. When we close this down, make a comment. So if you got any questions about ID Life and what I can do for you with that, like Kelly found out immediately, it's idxlife.com. idxlife.com. I put the X in there for Xander years ago, and it's gonna be amazing. I'm headed to California. That's the plan. Heading to California. I'm leaving here today. idxlife.com. So idxlife.com. Hey Sharon, how are you? Whoop whoop. Yeah, the skin cleanser is badass. Let me break it down to you. If you go through the formula of our skincare serum alone, just the serum, the closest thing you're going to find to it anywhere in the world is out of France, and it's $2,700 for a 30 milliliter bottle. 30 milliliters. Seriously. $2,700 for 37 milliliters. There's no better skincare line in the world. There you go, happy chicks. Yep. Our bodies are made up of water, so we need it. It's viable. It's viable. But also make sure the water you're drinking is not purified water. It's spring water. So that makes a humongous difference. Our hydrate is insane. It absolutely gives you hydration to the cellular level. Our post-workout is mind-boggling insane for inflammation. So it's the sleep, the post, and the hydrate are the three best products aside from the nutrition itself. So again, I hope you guys have a blessed day. Thank you for following along. I'm gonna go pay this bill and spend more money I shouldn't have had to, and I'm gonna rock this day. I'm gonna rock this day because I have to. Nobody's gonna do it for me. So I just want you guys to check out the website idxlife.com and see what's there. And if you can't afford it, let's talk about this. Let's see what we can do. But if you got questions about it, if you're in an area like Seattle, or you're in an area that we don't have a team there, I will talk to you. Reach out to me directly. Again, on Instagram, David A. Wilkes on Instagram, and let's build a team. I'm going at this full speed ahead. Let me put it to you like this. I was a social media director for the company, did all of the graphics, videos, and everything when we first launched the company. And when I stopped doing that, when the company hired another professional to do it, and I could start team building and traveling around the country, it's actually how I got in the transport business. I went from a decent income to almost $30,000 in a month in less than 7 months. Brenda, it's amazing because we're all different. We have a DNA scan for that. We also have, when you take the assessment, like I said, when you take the assessment, it's going to ask you about your autoimmune disease. It's going to ask you about any medications that you're taking for that. And again, take a look at idxlife.com, go up to the top of the page and say, take the free assessment. Again, it's only going to ask you for an email and a password. You're going to create a username and a password, and that's what makes it HIPAA compliant. And again, nobody's gonna contact you, but my contact information, yeah, there are no fake sugars. If you have MS, put that in there, and then also take a look at the information that it's gonna have for you. I promise you, it will blow your mind away. My phone number's on there. My contact information's at the top of the page. If you got any questions about doing the assessment, call me. Seriously. You know, my phone number is out there for the whole world. 713-817-7571. I'll say it again on a live video. 713-817-7571. And I will talk to anybody who wants to talk about this, and we'll walk you through it. Anyway, I gotta go. I love you guys so much. God bless you all. God bless America.